Hello everyone, it's Bessie from The Self-Led Artist, and today I have the pleasure of being joined by Izzy. We're going to be talking about different themes on identity, creativity, transitions, and ultimately this will really help my research for my educational platform and human continuity, which is the field that I'm researching. So thank you, Izzy, for being part of today.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And before we go into the questions, I wanted to check with you if there was anything in particular. Obviously, I shared a video recently about my process. I was talking about the reality of the doubt I was experiencing, and then you messaged me and said that really resonated with you, and you wanted to maybe share a video yourself about an album that you're writing that doesn't quite feel like you anymore. I'm paraphrasing massively. Can you tell me a bit more about that and what you were feeling?
Well, it's interesting because just yesterday I got the masters for the album.
Wow.
Just yesterday.
Okay.
And
Right.
I can't remember specifically what I said, but like listening to them now, they feel like me.
Okay,
For
great.
sure, which is good.
What was it beforehand, before you heard the masters, that was making it feel like it wasn't like you? Was it you were feeling disconnected?
I think I was feeling, once upon a time I felt excited about writing an album, about releasing this album, and I think I had an identity connected to it, and then that kind of fell away, and I was like, I can't really be bothered to do anything with this. Like, it's been, I don't know, it just became, I just didn't feel, it felt like I fell out of love with it, maybe move past the what's it called, the honeymoon phase. And now, listening back to it, I'm like, wow, like that, writing that and making it into a body of work has like shaped me in such a significant way. And I think I almost feel like the job is done, which is nice. Like I am gonna tour it, and I'm excited to like create some sort of DIY tour from it. I've already started putting that into process, but I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. It's good to know that actually, on reflection, when you listen back to the masters, it's worth your while to release it. It's not something that needs to be like put on the shelf. Like, you still can see that value in it. Has a message, and almost like you're closing that loop of that chapter of your life.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. This is a fun question. There are quite a few questions which I really love here, so let's go through them.
Okay.
When in your life have you felt most like yourself? Tell me about that period in as much detail as you can.
Wow. As soon as you said that, 2 times came up.
Perfect.
Which is really funny. One of them was after I studied art before choosing to do music. I studied art in Loughborough, and then I was living with a partner. This was just after I left school, and I had done a year foundation, and I was in my first year, and then I got really ill, and I broke up with my partner, was going through a really hard time, and got a quinsy, which is like internal tonsillitis kind of thing. And then I had my tonsils taken out, and I went and lived back home with my family, and I got this job at this top, sorry, got a spider, this top, what's it called, it's not Michelin star, but it was almost Michelin star, and it had a Michelin star before, just working as a waitress. But it was like a proper contract, lots of hours, and I thrived in that job.
Wow.
Like it was like fine dining.
Wow.
And like I was just so good at it. I was like part of the team, and I felt great. I mean, I was also going to this open mic night once a week, and I think that gave me this new lease of life. But that was living with my family, And then the other time that came to mind was actually in COVID, when I moved back with my family, and felt just so creative and so full of life. Which is interesting to feel.
The first one especially,
Yeah.
There was that, it sounds like there was a mixture of, you had the sense of belonging and you had your family at that time. Obviously the transition was happening, but that, something about that job, what was it about that job that made you feel most like yourself? Is it because you felt like you were good at it and you were like competent?
I think being part of a community.
Yes.
And being valued.
Yes.
Yeah, and being able to really thrive.
Yeah.
Like in a role and have, I think the community's a big one.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think I'm always going to need, and I think it's actually just the nature of who I am, actually who we are as a species. We're not individual, we're
relational beings.
Yes. Yeah,
community is so important, and if that is not looked after and we maybe lean more into isolation completely, it can affect our regulation and lots of other things. So that's a really big one. Have there been periods of your life where you felt disconnected from yourself or from what mattered most? And what changed there? What was the difference between those two experiences of feeling most like yourself and then that disconnected period?
Yes, massively.
Yeah.
And it has been now I think about it, isolation. It's when I live alone, and I've lived alone, will be 2 years in January. And I don't think it's necessarily the act of living alone, but the environment around that.
Yeah.
Because I live alone in a flat that does have a small garden, but it's not, I think it would be different if I lived alone in a hut, submersed in nature. I think there's just that natural felt sense of connection.
It's, with nature. Yeah, you're being held by,
And I feel it so much. I feel my whole body exhale when I'm in nature.
Yes.
My biggest periods of isolation has definitely been actually when I first moved to Brighton. I got really depressed. And since I've been in Brighton, I think I've been trying to sort of heal this. And I think it's probably also haven't really considered how much my environment impacts my mental health, being a very sensitive person.
Well, when you first moved, direct, doorstep access to nature wasn't as common, maybe, as well. You weren't, stimulus was high. So I wonder if that has something to do with it as well.
Yeah, and I think I didn't know until many years. I've been in Brighton for 7 years. I didn't know until 4 or 5 years into it how important nature is for me, because I just always had some connection with it. My family home is surrounded by trees, and the school I went to a boarding school, but there was nature everywhere around.
Yes.
And it's funny though, because there's been a common thread of depression and low, and I don't necessarily think that there's a solution to that, but what I've found is a lot of safety in feeling.
Yes.
And I think the lack of connection is actually is much scarier to me than the depth of my feeling.
Yes.
It's the sort of
yes,
that isolating, the numbness, those kind of things that just scare the hell out of me.
It can feel quite disorientating, especially if you navigate the world through, I'm assuming, if you're a deeply feeling person and you lose access to your vehicle. It's,
I love that. Yeah.
And looking across your whole life, what qualities seem to have remained with you even though your roles may have changed? What seems to have always been there? What qualities seem to have remained with you even if your roles have changed?
By that, do you mean things that are of value to me? Do you mean qualities that I have that I want to share?
I think it's a mixture, but I think the way I would rephrase it is, I call them like enduring dispositions. These ways that we orient with the world that have stayed with us our whole life. So if you think back to when you were a child, and the way you would navigate the world, one for me, for example, that has remained with me my whole life is the drive to understand, and my drive of curiosity. For some people, like my mum, beauty is like how they navigate through the world. So I wonder if there are any qualities that you have that have remained with you your whole life, regardless of roles changing.
I won't lie, I zoned out ever so slightly when you were talking just then.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. I can rephrase.
But I would say, like, it's not going to come out as pinpointed as what you've just said.
Does not need to.
But I think for me, being able to connect, to understand people and to have compassion for people, and to be present with them, and in turn that's just being present with myself.
Yes.
And like it always comes back to that. Like I have lost the capacity, or I've out programmed the capacity to say that something is your problem. And like I see us being, there's no choice but us being interconnected.
Yes.
And when someone is being a certain way towards me or anything like that, I can't be like, no, that's you, like like, because you're me, like we're all and so I think like
transcendence.
yes, definitely, and transformation. And being on the precipice of that, like with the work I do, with the connections I've had, with like something that I feel really called to do, that I was even thinking this morning, that when I don't know if you're, well, when I move, haven't told anyone that, but when I work with end of life care, because I do that anyway with my work. But all I want to do when I play music in hospitals, all I want to do when we're working with someone who's at the end of their life in palliative care, I just want to sit with them and be with them. Like I just want to be at the threshold of that and just be present with them and support and kind of just be this place of trusting, because of how many times I've had to grieve, and this deep awareness that there's not really any such thing as death, not in the sense that we and what we put onto it, things can only be transformed.
That was so beautifully explained, the idea that regardless of your role and what it looks like, whether it's songwriting or being in the hospital, or there's this sense of presence and threshold that it's almost like part of your function. It feels like you're very good in those moments where things are changing from one state to another state, and you almost hold space within that space. And it sounds like at the moment you're doing that, this is your threshold experience, one of your many threshold experiences that you're having right now. That's not a question, that's an observation. I'm just talking. And yeah, I mean, I suppose if we could, obviously the qualities that you just mentioned, like presence and transcendence and that understanding that we're all interconnected, throughout your life, how have those qualities found different ways of participating in the world? When have you felt them come up in different scenarios? The qualities of you, and I'll give you an example. I think that you do that when you're performing to a certain degree, and I think when you're in the hospital, for example, you're doing there's a quality of you that remains there in those different functions that you have. Might need to rephrase that question.
It's not landing yet.
It's not landing for me either. Okay, this is good. I think I'll refine that one before we go into it. Let's ask you some more specific ones, so we don't get a headache. Looking back, what have been the biggest turning points in the organisation of your life? What were the moments that changed direction or opened something new? Think about like the last couple of organisation changes that you've had.
Just the last couple.
Yeah, because if we did everyone, we'd be here.
Yeah.
A lifetime is a long time.
A day is a long time.
A day is a long time.
Moving to Brighton.
Yes.
That was very
Environment
much a instantaneous thing. I just saw an ad on Facebook, and I wasn't even thinking about studying music, and I saw it and I was like, and then I called that day, and it was my only day off. I was about to get a different job. I called that day and drove down to Brighton that day, had my interview that day, and decided it that day.
Wow.
From seeing this ad of Waterbear and calling and talking to Megan on the phone. And it was just, and that being my only day. It was like August before the September of moving.
Fuck, that was real. So you just jumped on it and you felt that.
And that was 7 years this August. And they always say cycles are in 7 years, don't
they? They do. Wow. Okay. What a 7 years! My God, you've got what an experience.
Yeah. So that's definitely been a big one. I would say my relationship with my most significant previous partner.
Yeah.
And choosing to end that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And living alone, just being plunged into like deep isolation, and just like the most fucking nuts dark night of the soul the past few years have been, and all, like the transformation that's come with that, and
But
how
you're still on the sounds of things. You're still
like even earlier this year, like it's been like definitely the hardest times of my life, and something that I haven't even spoken to that many people about, because when it's an internal experience, and it's so, and if someone can't see that and can't feel that, like it's not seen or felt, you know, by someone else.
And how can you possibly translate that rich internal experience, like when it's happening? And I wonder if that, if you did have in this period, if you'd have had a few mirrors for people like, I see you, I understand, I really understand it. Maybe if that would have been a positive thing and helped you with that sense of community that you need, or if actually maybe that wasn't what you needed in this time, and it was a sense of retreating back into yourself.
Yeah, I think it almost like the cocoon. It was the cocooning.
Yeah.
The end of that. Like, and I think I almost feel that it's of my nature to be kind of in constant flux.
Yeah.
And I would say that that's not just a reflection on me. I think it's a reflection of, as a species, we're transcending and being a deeply feeling person, an empathetic person. When I connect with people, I like I relate with them, and so I think everything that I wouldn't take it back, even though it was horrible, and I know there's still lots of feeling to be done in terms of. I was just reading a book that Miranda wrote this morning called I Haven't Been Entirely Honest With You. She's talking about her experience with ME, and she's talking about being in a place of hope you don't mind that I'm just chatting about everything.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
This is perfect. Yeah.
She was talking about when she was like on her rock bottom, where she was so fatigued she couldn't go to the toilet, and
Yeah.
this time last year, or maybe a month in the future, end of August,
Yeah.
beginning of September, I was literally like what's it called? I was having my own experience of that I could not
Yeah.
get people to understand. I was collapsing
Yes.
into like
Yeah.
nothingness, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and like I would have a panic. Well, call it a panic attack. Who knows what it was really?
Yeah.
On the day to day. Do you want to go? I don't know if I should let you off because you're not going to come back.
You'll stay with us, Chandler.
Come here. Come here. He's like, I'm done with this conversation. Let's be happy. Okay, I'm just gonna let him go.
Yeah, we'll see. We can always grab him back with a treat.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, like, and I'm always wanting to talk about it because I'm like, I want someone to hear me say this.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
So it's just so nuts to have these like experiences that I know that like our healthcare system, all of these things, they're not built to navigate the experience of transcending an old version of yourself and like the actual physical somatics that come with that.
Yeah.
Or like
a spiritual rebirth is not on their GP sheet.
no, it's not, and it's so real.
Yeah.
It's like the realest thing ever. It's
Yeah.
debilitating. It's like
there's so much in it, and your version of like not being able to get out of bed and this feeling of like collapsing, and then like all of these physical somatic symptoms that come with transitioning. There's not a lot of education around it at all.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to a doctor and say I'm having a spiritual transition.
They'll probably send you into a mental hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is going to be the worst thing for anyone who's experiencing psychosis or like any of those things. I really feel that.
Did you feel, when you were going through it and you were experiencing those things,
Mm-hmm.
did you feel disconnected from yourself while it was happening, or did you like almost feel more connected to yourself? Was that even a question in your mind?
There's moments where that brings me back to a moment where I wrote a song that's in my album called Silence.
Yeah.
Where I sat in my chair and it felt like my whole body was pulsating and
yeah,
like there was no choice. I had no choice but to just sit there and be in this like unbelievable. I couldn't even describe it. But in that moment, I felt more peace and more connection to God and to everything.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing left to hold on to.
Yes.
It was just this, and what it felt like was that there's all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was like, none of it's there. None of it's real. It's too intense, too overwhelming to be.
Yeah.
And then I'm just sat on a chair. And then it's like awareness is everywhere. Like there's no such thing as being separate.
Yeah.
Like it's a abstracted. And I'm using that word because of this. I watched a podcast this morning. Haven't finished it, with Zach Bush, and he talks about abstractions. But it's this abstracted idea that came from what he says, which I relate with, this one significant wound that all has come from, which is that nature isn't on our side, or this disconnection with nature, like,
nature is so more important than I think we currently give priority to, I think, in that sense. And a lot of the things that I'm exploring is like self, like what is self and connection to self. And you've made a really good point that in those moments they could have been quite painful. You know, you've mentioned dark night of the soul, which suggests that your self is being transformed, or there is a loss of self. But what you've explained there is that when you're connected to spirit, or the awareness is always there, then that is also a form of real deep form of self-connection, and you probably felt the most connected you have felt in those moments of darker places. Like, yeah, very, I can like relate to that and resonate with that very deeply. I have your postcode. Really great answers. I appreciate you.
Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. He's having a break this time ever.
So this is interesting because you're in the process of actually potentially moving and changing.
Yeah.
But so this is more looking at the conditions that surround your life, and you think about and I'll mention what those conditions are in a minute. But what currently feels most supportive in your life? So what people, places, practices, or conditions nourish your ability to participate in the world right now?
Ooh. The dog.
The dog.
The dog. I'm looking after a dog.
Yeah, so that's connection to them.
What? Nature.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, family.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, even, yeah, just people who kind of know my essence.
Yeah. She's quite a drive underneath, I think, to be understood and to be known. Like, you just, when you are in a place where you've got those relational mirrors and you're being seen and you've got that sense of belonging, like, that really works well for you.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, family are the people who I felt most misunderstood by. But I think that also just comes from not understanding myself, and and the more that I understand myself, the more that I'm understood by them. And I know that that's not like a universal experience, and like
that line that you sing at the beginning of your song, do you see me like I see myself? I think that's the line. Yeah, I bawl my eyes out to that song every time. So powerful.
I think we're so caught up on identity.
Yeah.
And identity feels like borders.
Yeah.
It feels like being rigid, and I think that, like, family can hold an idea of who you are and have you in a certain identity, and that in itself can be like, it can feel alienating.
They put you into like, not consciously, but like they see you as when actually we're all a lot more expansive than one set dimension. Yeah.
We're ever unfolding.
Yeah.
But then I think in the same light, like, my family have existed with me in my purest form.
Yeah.
And being able to feel peaceful and connected in their presence feels like connection to myself. And
like existing in the same space. That's so interesting. It's contradictory with family, isn't it? Like, when I go back home, when I go into my childhood room, I feel like I can create, I feel more connected to myself. And then sometimes there's conversations, and then when language gets involved and viewpoints get involved,
Yes.
it's a different experience.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I've got a couple more questions, and then we
Okay.
can put our brains on ice. What currently feels most constraining in your current environment or experience? What gets in the way of you participating in the ways that matter to you?
Money.
Resources, yeah.
But it's not what you think. Like, I'm privileged.
Yeah.
My parents bought my flat. I don't pay rent. I pay into myself.
Yeah.
But still I'm selfish. I want to be paid. And that gets in the way. But even then I don't need to be paid. I am so abundant.
Yeah.
I have food, I have shelter, I have connection, I have safety, all these things, and yet still like I connect my worth and my value with what I get paid. And if I didn't, my creativity would flourish. I know it would flourish much more. To just feel valuable and worthy, and like it was a valuable and worthy thing. Chandler, come here. Chandler.
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 Chandler. That's not yours.
Chandler.
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 Come here.
He's fine.
But yeah, it's funny because I think so many people sort of I think for so many people it's the opposite. It's like I want the money to be able to produce my songs. I want and I struggle to be honest about my privilege. Like, because I think people hear it and they kind of think, oh well, she's got it easy, like she's you know, things aren't,
it's only one
it's all right
part
for some.
of it. Yeah.
But in a way it feels suffocating.
Yes.
To
I've heard that before.
to be given security and like to be handed those things, like I think that's why I want to push towards something that, like, I need something to push against.
That's when you say you want to find your edges. It's that sense of friction, that sense of working towards something that you've earned, or that journey can build more confidence and self-trust and value in yourself, or something like that.
Strength, like
resilience,
all of it.
While still obviously maintaining your wonderful sensitivity, don't lose that. But that's really, really cool, really self-aware. And resources is just one part of it. And I know when I was doing my little, like, how they all interact thing on the board, like, if your resources and security and all those things are topped up, it doesn't mean that there aren't other areas of your ecology that need looking at and support. This is the best question, I think, in my humble opinion. And then we'll do a little score sheet thing, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
Imagine that we meet again in 10 years' time. It'll be old. What would need to have happened for you to say, I've lived in a way that truly felt like me?
Being as selfless as physically possible. Just being of service to people. Contributing to tending the grief of transformation of the collective.
Holding that space. That's so beautiful. It can come through in so many different ways, can't it? It can come from being an artist, but also there's lots of ways that you can participate in those things.
I think being a deep feeler, I think for some people they can deal with their own feelings and it's done.
Yeah.
But for me, it feels like it will naturally be a forever journey. And
Yeah.
when I feel my worst is when I'm not meeting the depth of myself,
Yes.
or when I feel, that's when I feel helpless. Like, I think I'm just really seeing that I need to
stay emotionally connected,
yes,
emotionally literate.
even if that means bawling my eyes out every day.
Yeah.
Like, it scares me when I don't cry for a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I'm because there's
Like your
so
power
much
center.
to be cried about.
Yeah.
There's so much there's so much to move through.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have any Pisces placements?
I do, yeah. 2 main ones and Aries, and then 2 water placements. Yeah.
That threshold, Pisces and Aries, is this incredible threshold.
And my dad's a Pisces, which is really interesting, and he's like, he's not an emotional guy. I can't even pinpoint one time that he's cried in front of me.
Yeah.
But his mind is so expansive. Like, any conversation, and his the way he dances. I think you can tell a lot about a person by the way he dances. It's the most expressive full-bodied thing. There's not even a question of what would someone think about me. It's just I'm expressing myself, and that's what that is. There's no judgment involved in that. There's just,
he'll just move and be.
yes.
I love that so much. Okay, we're going to end it with a little 10 out of 10 score across the. So one of the things that I'm curating is the idea, the very early idea, that in order to live a sustainable, healthy, creative life that's aligned, that feels self-authored, that we remain connected to ourselves, we need to kind of ensure that we're topping up these 10 conditions like a Sims character as much as we can. We're not always going to get it right. Life is always changing.
Yeah.
But the internal ones, the 5 internal ones, are creative identity. Do you know who you are when no one's watching? R for regulation. A for artistry, so continuing your artistic or expressive practice, whatever that looks like. D for direction. Do you know where you're going? And S for sustainability, which is boundaries. So if we're able to do a little 10 out of 10 or out of 10 for these, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right now, with your creative identity, the sense of knowing who you are when no one's watching, what is that out of 10?
I think it's a load of bullshit.
Great.
I think identity is
This is exactly what I need.
Is religion. It's a belief system that's actually is built off of this idea of separateness.
Yeah.
And if I ever try and find it, I'm losing it in the same breath.
And your identity, if you want to call it that, because it doesn't sound as though that's something that you relate to, is more so expansive and of togetherness rather than an individual self.
Yes. Yes. I would say, like, I could see identity in a collective way. Like,
Yeah.
it's an interesting one though, because I was in a yoga class last night and she was talking about the rib cage and about how, like, the rib cage it's a cage, so, but it's a form of protection, and it's obviously protecting vital organs, but it's still a cage, but it's protection. And I wonder, the same way identity, like, we create this sense of self in order to, just the same way as we have a skin and we have a vessel for our body, like,
It gives us a narrative, it gives us something to hold on to.
which is also important as we are the infinite in a finite you know, like,
Yeah.
so I don't really know fully how to answer that, but maybe
Answered it brilliantly.
something about finding identity in, I don't like in,
Don't find it in the ways of individuation. It's more so collective. You want to call it collective identity. It's collective consciousness and awareness.
yeah, maybe even finding identity in the transcendence
Yes.
of that.
Of that.
Yeah.
Beautiful answer. Regulation right now, out of 10, most of the time.
Well, over the summer, I've been playing and attending lots of different festivals, and I feel amazing.
Yes.
Because I feel amazing in that space,
Yeah.
in the trees. I come back to Brighton and I'm like, ugh, heart palpitations for a few days. Right now, in this moment, having connected and being around trees, I feel great. But my regulation, definitely just noticing that when I'm surrounded by nature, it's significantly better. Yeah.
Love that. Artistry. How connected are you to a regular artistic or expressive practice right now?
Not very connected.
Okay.
I think that might come from just birthing an album and that my energy's been somehow on that, but I haven't really been writing that much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm interested to see if we check back in at some point if that might have changed with the transition. Direction in terms of knowing where you're going.
Yeah, more direction.
Yeah.
I love how you're like out of 10 and I'm like more. No, less.
This is great. It's still what we need. Yeah.
I think maybe as an artist, I have a deeply creative mind.
Yes.
And I think that it's what's the word? I think I've been trying to box myself as a musician.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that in itself is...
As in the role
inhibiting.
of musician is not enough for the full expansiveness of you?
Yes. What was the question? What was the thing?
Direction.
Direction. Oh, yes. Yeah. Because in a way I feel actually connected to my creative direction in terms of like the creation of my life.
Yes.
And I always think of myself as a tree.
Yeah.
And the expansiveness of like just my growth being my creativity.
Your growth is like a song, or like there's there's creativity in that.
The branches, but maybe at the minute I'm focusing on the trunk.
Yes.
I'm not focusing on the branches. There's some fruit that's ready to be picked, obviously, because of releasing an album.
Yeah.
But there's
on the roots.
Yeah, that's feeling there's direction now.
Yeah, and you like with the conversation we had earlier, like it seems like for this next phase there is quite a clear direction for you. Sustainability right now, so the opposite of sustainability would be like a burnout, exhaustion.
I'm good. I think I'm on my way there. I think I'm an identity has to fall away in order to really allow myself to be sustainable, and I think that's the making it, which I think can burden almost every artist, and actually losing the identity of artist is going to be a very good thing for me. And I was just speaking to a fellow artist whose music I'll share with you is phenomenal, but he pretty much was on the road to making it, and then took a completely different route in life and has been working in an orphanage and actively doesn't want to, realizes that his connection with himself is much more important than his artistry and being an artist, and that he would sacrifice that any day of the week in order to be connected to himself.
Yes. Yeah. Did that resonate with you?
Yes, and because he's writing an album, he's asked me to come and write music for him for an album for people with neurodiversity, because he has neurodiversities and you know, I do too, and I think that's just the human condition. Like I you know, we all are on the spectrum anyway.
Yes.